What is up, folks? Professor Pickles here, coming at you with kind of a collection video, a how-to video, I guess. So we're going to talk about how to store your collectible cards, whether it be Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever, all kind of the same thing. I'm just going to show you how I do it. Not that this is the best way. It's just the way that I do it and that I've found success in the past. So as you can see, this is like one of my sets. So this is Modern Horizons. I do have a complete set of this. You can see there's a few gaps. So this is like Morpheron, for example. I'm using him in a deck, so he's not in here. But I do use the regular 3-ring binders. Now, if you want to spend the extra money and kind of get, one of the more expensive binders, the like Ultra Pro or whatever, by all means, go for it. I just kind of like that I can put as many pages as I want in here because every set obviously has a different amount of cards. And if you do store these properly, then you won't have issues with, denting the cards with binder dings or anything. And just make sure that if you do go this route, make sure you get the D-ring binders. I don't even know if they sell the non-D-ring binders anymore, but yeah, so I'll just kind of flip through it here. A lot of you have been interested in my sets. I'll do a whole video on my sets someday, but go to the back with kind of the more interesting stuff here. Got all the full arts and everything. Now, one thing I used to do with these D-ring binders that I don't do anymore, but it is still on this one, is I actually have these kind of like Velcro strap things. Now, I don't tighten them down super tight because then you're gonna warp the cards and bend them in the sleeves. But what I will do sometimes, like I said, I don't do this anymore, but so I'll kind of take this, and I have another little Velcro thing on the back here, as you can see, and just lightly put it over top there just to, I don't know if it does anything or not, but my thinking behind this was, making it less likely for the cards to kind of shift out of position and then ding the sides of the cards. And one other thing you will notice here, I have that on both sides, so there's 2 straps. They both go like that. But I do, for my set collecting, I do not double sleeve, but I do put all the cards in a sleeve and then put them in these cases. I don't just put the cards straight into these cases here. And then I guess kind of the final thing to mention here is this is the Ultra Pro Platinums. These are the best ones. I wouldn't get anything else. Acid free, all that kind of stuff, so your cards aren't going to get damaged. But yeah, this is how I kind of manage my sets. So I'll show you guys how I organize these in my closet, just so you can kind of see how I stack them and everything to prevent damage and all that. So we'll flip right over to the closet. All right, so here we are in the closet for the second time only on this channel in a filming location other than the playmat on my table there. But you can see here, these are all of my sets I have. Some of them are almost complete. Most of them are complete sets. We got, like Modern Horizons, Double Masters, Commander Legends, and then we've got all the way from starting at Ravnica, Guilds of Ravnica here and going to I think that might be Zendikar or something. But yeah, so as you can see, I don't store these stacked on top of each other. I store them sideways like this. Now, the reasoning for that, you can see, I did the strap thing for some of them. I've since stopped doing this just because I don't really think it's necessary. And especially, you can see this one's probably too tight. I'll probably go loosen this one off and it might bend the cards there. But you can see here, if you store them like this, standing up, then all of the cards, all those sleeves, you can see not a single one is touching that D-ring. There's no chance of them, shifting around and damaging your cards here. So that's why, I do actually like these D-ring binders compared to the much more expensive, full like Ultra Pro binders and all that. So it is definitely a cost-effective alternative, and it is very safe to store your cards like this if you do it the correct way. You can see I've got some room here for other sets with some very dusty shoes that I haven't worn in a long time. But yeah, so if you're gonna store your cards in these D-ring binders like I do, then I'd highly recommend store them standing up like this, and you won't have any problems. I haven't, seen, I go through my collection a decent amount, and I definitely have not seen any kind of binder dings or anything on my cards. Now, if we just kind of go up here, this little bonus feature here, this is how I store a lot of my bulk. So you can see I got like a box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards there. I think this might be Pokemon, yep. And some more rares from War of the Spark and a couple other sets. But this is where I store a lot of my bulk. I like to use these kind of boxes and everything. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful, and we'll move on to how I store other parts of my collection. All right, so moving on to some of the fun stuff here. Now, these are all of my reserve list cards that I have. I have some more that I'm playing in decks and everything, but I do like to, you know, keep these, make sure these are really safe and everything. Now, not just for Magic, you know, there's definitely expensive cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and all that. And I definitely would recommend doing something along these lines if you want to ensure that your most prized cards stay safe and all that. So you can see kind of some of my reserve list cards here. I do have videos of me opening these if you want to see some of these in decks. I've checked, or not in decks, in detail. I have videos of kind of almost all these, which I'll link up in the eye there, the mailroom openings. But yeah, so I keep these in a Ultra Pro inner sleeve that you can kind of see there, yeah, on the edge there, and then into a top loader, and then I kind of tape up the top there just to ensure that they're never going to get out, and that, you know, as little moisture and air can get in as possible. So if you are, you know, if you do have some kind of expensive cards and all that you want to ensure that you keep safe, I definitely would recommend, you know, putting them in top loaders, not just in sleeves. This way, you know, there's no way they're going to get bent. And there's no way they're going to get dinged up, even if you kind of, you know, do drop them around or you know, just look through every once in a while. Because, you know, part of having a collection is looking for the cards and just kind of admiring it, especially, you know, with big pieces of history like there are with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic and all these different collectible card games. So yeah, this is how I kind of store my expensive cards. And obviously, you know, I would keep them in a safe or something like that, which I do, just to prevent theft and everything. But yeah, so this is how I do the collectible ones. All right, so if you're not just strictly collecting cards and, you know, making sets, so like a master set for Pokemon or something like that, or if you're a set collector for Magic and you actually are playing with your cards, at least in the case of Magic, there is a format called Standard. So I like to keep all of my standard legal cards in one of these, all the standard legal rares and mythics, not all the cards, that would be a big binder. But all the standard legal rares and mythics I have in this binder. So I have one for every color. This is obviously the blue binder. Now, the reason I put them in one of these is just because, you know, it helps keep them safe, obviously, but it also makes it easy to find cards when I'm pulling them for a deck. They're not just all in some box in my closet or something where I have to go break my back, bending over, pulling all these cards and everything. So they're all in here. I keep them in penny sleeves and then just slide them right in here. The penny sleeves fit perfectly on this. If you're wondering, this is the Z Folio LX. So I've got a couple of these for all the different colors and everything, and I really do like this binder. I'd highly recommend it. They're a little expensive, but they definitely, you know, like, for at least if you're just playing standard and all that, there's more than enough room to keep all the standard playables, even if you probably have a play set of all of them, which I don't. As you can see, I only have like one of these ones. But yeah, so the cards that are not in standard, that the rares, I like to keep in these kind of boxes here. So I still have them in the same kind of penny sleeves, but I just keep them in here for safekeeping, not in a larger box, just so they don't get jostled around a lot and everything. But kind of like flip through here, but you can see, so these are all from Ravnica Allegiance. That's why I have it in the Ravnica Allegiance bundle box. But yeah, so you've got, you know, all of the rares here. Now, the reason I keep these separated is because I do play Pioneer as well. So I like to be able to come here quickly and you know, pull the cards I need for my Pioneer decks. So yeah, so now I will kind of show y'all what I take to the Magic store or the game store when I go, and, you know, before the pandemic, obviously, when I go to play a game or you know, go for a Friday Night Magic or something like that. So we'll swap over to that. All right, so here we have my Super Hive. Now, they do make a smaller version of this if you don't want to kind of have this huge bulky thing. This barely fits in the backpack that I bring, but it does allow me to bring, you know, I have like 3 or so decks in here. I've got just some tokens and extra sleeves. It has room for a playmat, has room for some dice. I used to just bring my cards in, you know, like my decks in one of these bundle box things, and this just provides a lot more safety and security. It's a lot harder for somebody to walk out with this huge box than it is for just them to steal your tiny little deck box, or if you just, you know, bring a deck box like this. So yeah, this is kind of how I keep my cards protected here. Obviously, you know, I've got my playable decks. This is a non-legal anymore, unfortunately, since Teferi got banned, but a Pioneer control deck. So yeah, this is how I bring all of my cards to my local game store. And yeah. All right, so any of you cardboard addicts out there will definitely know what these are. These are the Super Monster boxes. I believe they hold around 5,000 cards or so. So this is where I store all my bulk. So, you know, all the commons, uncommons, basic lands, whatever. Because I don't really like to throw out cards. I do a lot of trading online, so, you know, I definitely do find people who are looking for bulk, and I can kind of just throw it in and, you know, earn a couple extra dollars or whatever on those packages. So this one's actually not too full. This is my most recent one with, you can see it's got Commander Legends in there. So we got Commander Legends, commons here, the uncommons here. And, you know, I definitely wouldn't want to store, you can see some other sets here. And I actually do have a video of how I organize my collection. If you're interested in that, I will link that up in the upper right hand corner of your screen. So definitely check that out. But I definitely wouldn't recommend storing rares in here. If you're going to, then probably want to sleeve them at the very least in penny sleeves or something. But you can see even with these boxes, there is a lot of room for the cards to kind of move around a lot and, you know, get a little dinged up. But for commons and uncommons and lands and all that, and tokens where you can make your own card, I definitely do like these. And, you know, I have way too many, like God knows how many cards I have. I actually know the count. It's probably around like, I don't know, 30 or so thousand. I got a little bit out of hand, as many of you will know from your own lives. But yeah, so this is kind of how I store all of my bulk and make sure that it stays in good condition for when I do trade them away or when I do play with them, because I you know, obviously I have a full play set of all the cards that I've had sets from, just because I open so many boxes, as you guys see from my channel. So yeah, this is I hope you guys found this video helpful, as we kind of just glance around here at the end. And yeah, I really hope this is helpful to y'all and you got some new insights into maybe how to keep your collection in better condition and how to store it properly, and just some other tips. But if you guys have something that you do, definitely share that down in the comments. I'm super interested to hear what other people do to store their collections and everything. And if you like these kind of videos, also let me know. I'm definitely down to do more kind of videos like this, or you know, talking about cards, talking about decks, that kind of stuff. Trying to branch out on my channel just from straight box openings and all that. So like I said, I will link some other videos up there in the upper right hand corner of your screen. So definitely check those out if you're interested. And thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good one.